everyone, it's Mary Jo Snyder from MJ Shady Inkers, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to share with you this cute little desktop calendar post-it note holder that you can use for your office, for your craft room, or you can even give it as a gift. It's using elements from the June 2020 Box of Sunshine Paper Pumpkin Kit, but you can certainly use products that you have on hand. So let's get started. The first thing I want to do is grab one of the envelopes from the Paper Pumpkin Kit. If you don't have an envelope, then I will share the measurements with you so that you know exactly what to cut your paper down to. I'm going to grab this envelope and I'm going to trim all the way down to the edge of the gold on the border of the envelope on all sides. I love to make alternate projects with my Paper Pumpkin Kit. Okay, so we've cut that down to keep the gold trim around the edges of your now what has become Designer Series paper because we cut off that envelope part of it. Okay, for those of you that are using your own supplies other than a Paper Pumpkin Kit, this measures at 4 1/8 by 5 1/2. If you wanted to cut it a little shorter so that you have a complete border on your cardstock when you do your, it really doesn't border the top and bottom of your project. It just has a little border of the card base at the sides. Okay, so now I'm going to come in and you need a full sheet of cardstock and you're going to cut this down to 3 different sizes. First, you're going to cut down to a standard card base that measures 4 1/4 by 11. The next one you're going to cut is turning this sideways. You want to measure this out to 3 inches and cut off that piece. The next one you need is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So again, this is already measured at 4 1/4. So just measure that out to 5 1/2. So you're using almost a full sheet of cardstock. Then you're going to grab your scoring tool because I find this easier sometimes for me. And you're going to grab your card base because it actually is a card base. And again, this is 4 1/4 by 11. So you're going to score that at the halfway mark at 5 1/2 and set that aside. The piece that you cut to be 5 1/2 and 4 1/4, you're going to lay the long side to the top and you are going to score that long side at 2 1/2 and 3 inches. Turn it to the short side and score it 1/2 inch and 3 3/4 and set that piece aside. Again, the long side is scored at 2 1/2 and 3. Turn it and score it a half mark and 3 3/4. The other piece that you have here, you are going to score the short side at the 1/2 inch mark, 1 1/2, and 2 1/2, like so. So again, this piece that measures 3 and 4 1/4, you are going to score it a 1/2, 1 1/2, and 2 1/2. And you're all done scoring. Then you're going to come in with your bone folder and you are going to, with that piece we just scored, fold the 1/2 mark inches inward, like so. And the center one, you're going to do in the opposite direction. So it's going to end up looking like that. like an M or a W, however you look at it, or a V, okay? So that's how you're going to fold that. You're going to grab your tear and tape, and you are going to line your cardstock that you just folded. You're going to put tear and tape at the 1/2 inch sides, okay? And you're going to set that aside until we can assemble everything. The piece that you scored for the box. So this is for this box. This is the 5.5 by 4.25 that you scored on the long side and the short side. You are going to come in and crease those edges with your bone folder. Okay, and after you've done that, you are going to take your paper snips and snip up those center to that first score line to create tabs. I like to angle mine just a smidge so that when I assemble, I don't have anything overlapping. And then you can just pull those away. If you can get your fingers on them. Okay. So that's what it should look like, okay? Then you're going to add tear and tape, which I still need to angle these ends. Just be careful when you're cutting. You're going to place tear and tape as I show you here. Now, if you prefer to build 3D projects using your Stamp and Seal Plus, then you can feel free to do that as well. This just gives a better image as to where you're going to place that tear and tape. So on these 2 flaps close to the edge and these 2 center flaps, okay? Set that aside because we'll assemble that after. Here is the base of your project. You're going to fold this in half and varnish that edge. We're going to decorate the front of this just so that we can have that done, and then I'll show you how to assemble. It's super easy. So as I said, I'm using the products from the June 2020 Paper Pumpkin Kit. So I want to grab one of these beautiful decorative sunshines and one of these banners that come in the kit, as well as I'm going to use the embellishments, those sequins with adhesive on the backing, as well as twine from the Playful Pets Playful Pets Combo Pack Trim is what it's called, and that is in the new annual catalog. So now that we have all the ingredients of what we need, as well as these stickers from the Paper Pumpkin Kit, we're going to use one of the smaller sticker pieces. And this is the calendar. This is the company that we kind of do a group bulk order from every year to make little calendars for people. So that's the company name if ever you wanted to purchase these mini tear-off calendars. And I had some left over, so I thought it was perfect for this project to create an alternate project with the Paper Pumpkin Kit. So with this banner, I'm using the stamp set from the Paper Pumpkin Kit. I am going to stamp in crushed curry to the bottom portion of this banner the word sunshine. I'm also going to stamp the word hello in Tuxedo Memento black ink. And if you saved yourself enough space, you can just stamp that right above the sunshine, like so. And now that we have that all set, we can go ahead and start building on to our card base. It's just as if you're decorating a card. And I'm going to use my Stamp and Seal, remove the lid, and I understand if you go slow and steady, you should not have any issues with this new Stamp and Seal. Just like so. Now I want this piece to be towards the top of my card base. So because it is the same measurement from this to this as the card base, you're going to want that flush to the top and bottom, leaving a little bit of a border of the shaded spruce, which that is the color I chose for my card base. And I did that because the colors coordinate. I need to reposition this. The colors coordinate with the paper pumpkin kit. So there you go. Now we can add our sunshine, and we're only going to add adhesive to half of that sun. And it's going to cover up that portion of the card. We're going to come in here, and I should have actually, that's okay, we'll fix it. You actually want to lay this down first. So let's come in here and remove that. So you want to lay down this portion first, which is this banner sticker and the black polka dot, and then you can put your sunshine on there, like so. Okay? Now you want to grab your dimensionals, and I am going to use my bigger dimensionals just because I want more coverage than the little ones. So if you have these on hand, you certainly can use the Stampin' Dimensionals instead of the mini that come with your paper pumpkin kit. And this is going to layer right here. Kind of, actually it's centered over that banner. Okay, so you have that. You're going to tie a bow with the black and white baker's twine from the Playful Pets combo trim. Kind of adjust it to the desired size you want. Come in with your ribbon scissors. I have scissors for ribbon, I have scissors for adhesive, and your glue dots. Go ahead and adhere that to a glue dot. Take your pick tool to get under that glue dot and layer that right there. Okay, so now you have that portion of the card done. You're going to create that box. But first, what I want to do, yes, we'll create the box first. So you've already added your tear and tape. You can come in here and remove that adhesive backing, and I'll show you how to assemble this. Okay, so first you want to come in and bend this over and adhere that portion right there, like so. Okay, and now you want to tuck these in and adhere those together to create this box. Then you can take your bone folder and kind of go in there and create a seal. Now, where the seams are, you want that to be the back that is going to adhere to the front of your project. So grab more tear and tape and put some of that on the back of your box. Probably about 3 strips would be sufficient. You certainly can adhere this to the side before you assemble. And then remove that backing. And then center that to the lower portion of your card front. Like so. Come in with your bone folder and create that seal. Okay? Now, this I used actually my Seal Plus. So I want to go to the calendar for July. I can disregard, I can toss the others out. And I'm going to add, you can use tear and tape, but I'm going to use the seal because I want to show you what this looks like. Remember how with the fast fuse you had to flick? You no longer have to do that with stamp and seal. And it actually, if you can see that, creates, it's like a track. So there's separation in the adhesive, which makes it easier for that adhesive to break apart. If you want to put this on the box before you add it to your card front, you can do that. And there you go. So there's that. Now you're going to flip that over and you still have this piece that you need to adhere on the inside of your card. So what you can do is peel that backing off, and we want to adhere it. Trying to think of the easiest way to do this. Adhere it to the inside, to the lower portion of your card base, like so. Then you want to flip this over, peel off this adhesive backing, and bring in your card front and add that to that part. And just kind of rub your fingers along that for it to stay where you need it to. You just created that beautiful desktop calendar post-it note holder. Now for a few embellishments, and you can use embellishments you have on hand. I chose to use the self-adhesive sequence that came in the paper pumpkin kit. And I always use a rule of 3 with embellishments. So there are 3 embellishments for you on the front of that. So I hope that you enjoyed this project. Thank you so much to those of you that wanted me to create this for you to be able to replicate. I am so honored that you enjoyed my project. Thank you so much for being here. And again, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I absolutely love creating and sharing all these inspiring projects with you. Thank you so much again. Have a great day.